Hey, it's Clay Trade, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol TROV. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Don't mean to rub salt in one's wounds or anything like that, but pretty rough day here. Gap down. I had some questions on it, so let's get some levels of support mapped out. The one thing here that I want to kind of check real quick is that there's still, it's an interesting setup going to next week because the bulls did make progress after the gap down. If you've traded long enough, then I'm sure you've seen plenty of instances where there's a gap down. However, after the gap down, the price is something like this. Whoops, that's not what I meant. Let's try that again. The price is something like this. Grab the wrong tool. It comes down and then just drifts downwards and downwards and downwards the rest of the day. However, that wasn't the case here, right? The price actually did the opposite thing. It drifted upwards, and quote-unquote drifted upwards. I'm symbolizing that via the upwards trend line right there via that orange line. Yeah, overall it was a rough day, but after the gap down, the bulls did start to show some signs of progress. Again, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a long time and have seen plenty of those gap downs, but then after the gap down, the drift is actually continuing to be down. That wasn't the case here. Now, don't get me wrong, and I wish trading was this easy. Just because the price quote-unquote drifted upwards after the gap down does not mean that this thing's guaranteed to be up at 45 cents on Monday. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it at least makes sense to wonder whether or not maybe there's going to be some sort of continued follow-through on Monday. Case in point, if the price was just, falling and falling and falling and doing something like this, it would make no sense to say, I wonder if the price is stabilizing and going to head up further. Why would you think that when the price is just drifting down? But at least in this case, is it a guarantee? No, but does it make logical sense? Yeah, so keep an eye on that trend line. Now, if the price falls below the trend line and then starts to drift to the downside of it, well, at that point in time, this trend line is a full-blown breakdown. And, this whole kind of question that I'm presenting right now about, hey, maybe the bulls are trying to get some traction, that question would be answered. No, the bulls aren't getting any traction. The bears have taken back control. So use that trend line for that. And again, if the price separates to the downside, well, then that's kind of a party over. Now, if there's going to be any sort of bounce to the upside, where are some of these key levels of resistance at? That first hurdle that's going to need to be broken if there's any sort of chance of continued bounce right there at 27 cents. Several times today, the price did try to break through 27 cents, couldn't quite do it, but that'll be key area of resistance going into next week. So all in all, interesting setup. We'll see if the bulls can gain some more traction and push up through 27 cents and then try to garner some more organic momentum. Only time will tell. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.